To his own disciples, he explained everything in private. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters, just to get it out, because this is the best way for me to digest emotion. The beginning of this Mass was a bit complicated for me because this speaker is doing like shh, and we're in a new place, and the church is so beautiful, and I really love it because it's got air conditioning, and I love it because I feel you guys so close. But at the same time, the issue at the second reading has got me a bit shaky. I do not like conflict, so I just have to get that out of the way. Bingo, done. Okay, let's go to the homily. We have a very, very beautiful and deep gospel today, and we are reflecting about something which is really important for all of us, and that is the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God was what Jesus started announcing at the beginning of his ministry. He said, "The kingdom of God is at hand." Now, it is very important for us to understand what is this kingdom of God, because it's not that obvious, and that is what Jesus is trying to do with these parables. First thing we have to understand, sometimes we think the kingdom of God is the kingdom of heaven, and actually those two words are used distinctively sometimes, and sometimes we therefore conclude the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God is like after you died. We suffer in this world, we grind through it, we just tolerate it, and then afterwards we will get paradise where everything will be wonderful. But actually that was not what Jesus taught us. The kingdom of God starts right here. It starts right now. Jesus is offering the kingdom of God to each one of us. And this offering is given to us and is invited to us freely. You can choose to live in the kingdom of God today. So many times have I reflected, am I postponing the kingdom of God? Think about it. Sometimes in our DNA and our psychology, we have this thing, which in a way there's a lot of truth to it because it's the mystery of the cross. We have to suffer right now, and later I am going to reap the fruit of this. And it's got like agricultural roots to it, which is true. You work hard and then you get the fruits. And there's a lot of truth in all of that. But we're not all babies here. The average age here must be, somewhere around 25, 26, 28. We've already worked really hard for many years. Therefore, today, God is already offering you the experience of joy, the experience of peace, the experience of living in the kingdom of God, which does not mean an experience which is absent of suffering, which is absent of the messiness of life, as we are experiencing even during this Mass. Because the invitation is free. The invitation is not forced. He does not bring a gun to your head and say, okay, now you have to be in the kingdom of God. It is not a forced kingdom. And because it is a free invitation, it is also for the free. Let me explain a bit about that. Sometimes in our sinfulness, in the different things that we drag in our life, we lack freedom. I would love to stop being angry. I would love to stop being envious. I would love to stop being judgmental. And all those things are lack of freedoms. And as these lack of freedoms come into my heart, it makes it more difficult for me to live in the kingdom of God. Does that make sense to you? It is a free invitation for those who have been made free by the grace of God. Because getting over anger or lust or whatever we drag in our heart is not something that we can do like this. Anybody who has dealt with any sort of addiction or has been in contact with anybody with addiction knows that that does not happen overnight. Therefore, dear brothers and sisters, God is constantly telling us, be patient. Because the invitation is out there for you to live in the kingdom of God. Yet it takes time. It takes pruning. It takes cleaning. It takes patience to be able to reach there. But whatever portion we have already reached, whatever portion we already have in our hand, we have to rejoice. And therefore the Mass, dear brothers and sisters, today is a celebration of the joy of the freedom that we have already received. The joy of the freedom we have already received. And that's such a big deal. That is so, so important. It pains me so much that Daryl just left. Now that he's left, I'm just going to say a few words. We've been working with him for a longest time. And Patrick, I have to say, is the champion of patience. He is the champion of patience. But that is kind of like what the kingdom of God is. Is it uncomfortable sometimes? Yes, it is. Is it messy sometimes? Yes. Is it even awkward sometimes? Yes, it is. But it is a constant invitation for us to go into the freedom of the children of God, which is not easy. It requires time. Our hearts require time to be purified, to be made free, so that we might rejoice in the Lord constantly. And therefore, today's first parable is so good, because it speaks about this lack of understanding. And it's so interesting because Jesus says, you put the seed and you see it grow, and you have all these observable aspects. You see the grain grow, and then you know the harvest time has come. So there's a science there that we can observe and see. But at the same time, he says, we do not understand it. How did the kingdom of God grow in your heart? How? Let's put it in different words. I just came from my vacation of just being with my family, and it's just great when you're in with your family. You have this experience of love, of closeness. How did that happen? How did your family happen? How did the good things in your family happen? The bad things, we might have some clues here and there. But how did the good things happen? How did the kingdom of heaven, of God, reach your family, your relationships? Well, you might say, well, I gave this gift to this person, and I said sorry to this other person, and you saw, the leaves come out, and you saw the grain come out, and you have certain ideas of what works to make your family work, what works to make the kingdom of God come to your life. But do we fully understand it? Do we control it? And here's the issue, dear brothers and sisters. Sometimes because we do understand, observe a lot of things, and humanity has become so powerful, because we do and understand so many things, we get the illusion that, I've got this under control. My family is the perfect family. I've got this under control. And there is when you lose it. There is when you play God. There is when you say, I've got this. When we have to understand constantly that we are the children of God. That we are the children of God that has come to free us, to give everything that we need, so that we might abide and live in this kingdom. So there's this kind of like two things that are happening. On one side, we understand a bit, and on the other side, we don't understand. And that is what is called the mystery of what we can see and what we cannot see. The attitude, dear brothers and sisters, towards this kingdom is the attitude of humility. I am going to do my part in my family. I'm going to do my part in my family. I don't know how this is going to work, but I know that by God, if I do my part and the rest start to do their part, it's going to work beautifully. It's going to be a fantastic experience of the kingdom of God. So let us beg the Lord to help us be, and I really want to say to you this wholeheartedly, I really, really want to emphasize, let us ask God that we are patient. Sometimes we want change to happen like this. I don't want to suffer anymore. Let us be patient, because the kingdom of God grows silently and slowly. Little by little, it grows in our hearts. We just have to put our part. We just have to do our little part, that we might accept the freedom